Welcome to Estrategias Militares. Iran has attacked oil tankers and cruise ships in the Strait of Hormuz. That's right, we announced it last night. We said it last night. The strait has been closed, and ship captains are begging the Iranian Navy not to open fire on their vessels, to let them turn around and save their lives. Everything is happening right now. Everything is going on at this moment. And here in Estrategias Militares, once again, with the exclusive Iran conflict minute, we're going to tell you what's happening right now in the Strait of Hormuz. Family, your likes, your comments. Let's get started. Family, good afternoon. Welcome to Estrategias Militares. We are live right now. Things are happening. Things are going on. It's 5:36 in the afternoon in Spain, 6:36 in Israel. Hour by hour right now. 6. In Oman, 7:36. Darkness, maybe, or not. Iran. Today, he kept his promise and attacked. He assaulted and attacked ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Right now, there is chaos, and I have been announcing it for quite some time on social media, on Twitter, Estrategia Militares, our account on Twitter, that what is happening right now is a reflection of what we were saying last night. All the ships in the Strait of Hormuz have just turned around. They are desperately trying to escape the attacks, the cruel attacks from Iran, which has no government and no control at all. And what we are doing here, all of humanity, all of the West, the United States, Israel, Europe, and everyone, is giving oxygen to a bunch of fanatics who want to destroy the world. We have exclusive conversations with one of the captains of the hijacked oil tanker, begging Iran to stop firing and allow him to turn around to reach a safe place. Today, April 18, 2026, once again, Iran is setting the course for what is happening right now and is once again proving what we have been saying. You don't talk to terrorists. You don't negotiate with them. You fight them until none are left. Because even one left is the seed, the germ that will remain tomorrow in our generation. Welcome to Estrategias Militares. We are live right now. Family, if you like the channel, subscribe. It's super important to leave a like. Just click the thumbs up, the like button, hit the bell so you get notified when we start live streams like this one. We're bringing you an explosive live stream this afternoon. And all the news that's happening right now, honestly, it's something incredible. Yesterday, Donald Trump announced that this was settled, that it was already resolved, that we practically have nothing to fear anymore, that Hezbollah is done, is going to withdraw, Iran is going to withdraw, and that the war is won. Well, the war isn't won. The war isn't won, and it's actually the opposite. The war is now entering a new phase. And if Donald Trump allows this to happen, it's a serious problem. Let's also analyze why. Why is this happening? Why is it occurring? But before anything else, I want to show you the image that proves what we're saying is happening right now as we're speaking. The situation right now in the Strait of Hormuz. Don't miss it, everyone. Don't miss what's happening. There it is. All the ships, full speed ahead, heading inward, turning around all of them. Order to return. First ship we see here is going to cross. Trump had said, it can be crossed, we can do it. Well, now it's not going to happen. He got there, turned around, everyone running away, a complete stampede right now in the Strait of Hormuz. And pay attention, because they've attacked one of these three, the three cruise ships we see here. The Mein Schiff, the Mein Schiff 4, and the MSC Euribia. These three cruise ships that were going around the coast have come under fire from the Revolutionary Guard. They tried to go through the narrowest passage, through the shallowest area, the most dangerous one, to try to escape from Iran. They were attacked. Ships that can carry civilians. Iran has no mercy for any of them. Iran is ready to take this all the way to the end. We are live right now, folks, on Estrategias Militares. The scene is horrific. Exodus from the Strait of Hormuz, with all the oil tankers and cargo ships fleeing. Oh my God. Only the ships that Iran wants, when it wants, and how it wants. And the way they want it happens. Only. That's what's happening right now. A critical moment, no doubt, in what we are experiencing in this war. And this will be a turning point. There are still no statements from Donald J. Trump. Let's check if he posted anything on his real Donald Trump account, on his social network. Let's see what he has to explain now. Whether he's negotiating with the right people or not negotiating with the right people. It's the latest message for Spain. Trump's last little message is for Spain. He says the country is in total ruin, things are going terribly, and they're struggling. Is that clear? Right now, they'd rather not talk about Hormuz. They say that on Monday, they're going to send a delegation to sign something. I don't know what he wants to sign. Has anyone noticed how badly things are going for Spain? Their economic figures, despite contributing almost nothing to NATO and its military defense, they are absolutely disastrous. It's really sad to see. It's sad to see, but it's also sad to see what's happening right now in the Strait of Hormuz. That's also sad. Donald Trump said they would give him 10 oil tankers as a gift. The oil tankers never arrived. Donald Trump said they were negotiating with the right people. They weren't the right people. And we're still in the same situation. We're still in the same situation. And this is going to lead to what we've been saying for days now. An attack is going to be launched, because there is no other option against Iran. Total dispersal of ships. And now we're going to listen to how the captain of one of those ships supplicated for his life. Yes, this is incredible. Victim's name: Samar Herald. Iran has tried to board and sink this ship. Let's take a look. Where is it right now? Samar Herald, Mother of God. Day 17, 4 in the afternoon, Sam was starting to leave his anchorage area to cross the Strait of Hormuz. He was heading through where they told him to. He had been given authorization. Iran had given him authorization to cross. He was about to start the crossing when he veered off course. The captain starts begging for his life. He makes several turns again. They try to board it at this point. At this point right here, they try to board it. He starts making evasive maneuvers. And then suddenly he appears on the other side of the Strait of Hormuz. We don't know how he crosses from one side to the other. In that escape, he turns again as they start shooting at him. At this point, the captain cuts off the ice tracking system so that Iran can follow him. Then he appears while they're attacking and bombing him. Don't you believe it? Are there people who don't believe it? Very well. Conversation between the captain and the Iranian Navy. We're live right now. Family, 12,000 people. We're still missing a lot of likes, please. We only have 3,000 likes. We need to get more likes before we look at this document. We have the recording ready here. It's horrible. The thought of that captain begging in desperation for someone to come and save his life. Why is Iran doing this? This is all related to a post from CETCOM in which they publish what you're about to see in a few minutes. But first of all, here in this document, a warning of attack is confirmed by the UK MTO. On April 18th, 2026, at 9:20, that attack took place. Dos. ¿Qué pasó? Two armed boats from the Revolutionary Guard, without any radio warning, opened fire on the tanker. What happened? The crew is safe. Minutes later, again, the UK MTO, warning, suspicious activity. Reports have been received of an incident 3 miles off the coast of Oman, east of Oman, that the captain of a cruise ship has reported an explosion in close proximity to his vessel. Exactly those cruise ships we're seeing, which are currently sailing off the coast of Oman. We don't know what will happen to them. If Iran launches more drones or missiles, who knows what will happen. But they're still there. Right now, it's a very critical situation. Honestly, it's a horrible situation right now with what's happening and what's going on. Get ready for the show we have today because we have footage. Very powerful. We have some shocking footage. This isn't going to work. The ceasefire thing, it's not going to work. In a house in Lebanon, new grenades, combat equipment, and the best part. Anti-tank missiles, 107mm rockets. And Donald Trump tells Israel, you can't. Open fire. Enough is enough. That's enough. I don't think that it's not enough. Unbelievable. Really tremendous. Let's go for it, family. The moment has arrived now that we're all here. Thank you so much for those likes, for those comments you're leaving right now on the live stream. Pay attention to this. The ship Samar Herald.
Navy, this is Navy.
Japan Navy.
This motoring of San Marera, you gave me clearance to go. My name is second on your list. You gave me clearance to go. You are signing now. Let me turn back. On it. Japan Navy. This is motoring of San Marera. You gave me clearance to go. My name is second on your list. You gave me clearance to go. You are signing now. Let me turn back. Japan Navy.
It's terrible. The desperate man tells Iran.
This is motoring of San.
This is the motor vessel Samar Herald. You have given me clearance to proceed, to go.
To go.
My name is the second on your list.
Second on your list. You gave me clearance to go.
You let me through and authorized my passage. You are shooting at me.
Let me turn around.
Let me turn back.
You go. It's terrifying. Es horrible. Why did this happen? I think we have the explanation for exactly why this happened. This morning, CETCOM made a post. Iran's social media is laughing at the United States. I'm sorry to say it like this, but they're laughing. A la zona. CETCOM was posting images of Apache helicopters in the Strait of Hormuz, providing cover, escorting ships, and securing the area. When Iran saw this published, it ordered the Strait of Hormuz closed immediately. The helicopters had to leave to refuel, and as soon as they left, the Iranians came out and started attacking everyone. Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz again because of a CETCOM post where CETCOM wanted to give the impression that everything was fine and there was no longer a problem. I think that's enough. I think that's enough already. I think the nonsense that Ghalibaf, Arachi, and the Revolutionary Guard are up to, the American people don't deserve this. The Middle East doesn't deserve this. Israel doesn't deserve this. They keep repeating to us, one after another, this is done, it's already over, the market's going up, the market's going down, in fact. Before Trump came out to say that the strait was already open, someone invested more than $700 million in oil losses before oil started to drop. Gracias. 10 minutes earlier, there was a bid of more than $700 million. And as soon as Donald Trump spoke, the market dropped. Thank you. What explanation is there for this? Because there must be some explanation. Someone has to explain something. In fact, yesterday, people were saying Donald Trump opened the strait because a cruise ship crossed. The Celestial. This cruise ship celestial discovery crossed without any. People discussed the Strait of Hormuz, and Donald Trump posted that it is open again and it will not be used as a weapon against the world. It won't be used as a weapon against the world anymore. Here's another post that's likely to age badly for Donald J. Trump, given what we're seeing. It's going to age terribly. Because the image we have right now, at this moment, that image we have is catastrophic. On Friday, a statement is issued, the markets go down, the market is closed. Gracias, someone triples those $700 million, thank you. Congratulations to whoever the winner is. The lives of the crews are put in danger. In fact, they just turned off the eyes on a bunch of ships here because they don't want to be detected. So they're possibly carrying out attacks against ships right now. These crews are being put in danger. And now? Was it worth telling everyone that the strait was open when it's not open? Friday trading, market close. Not anything goes. Not anything goes. I think that's enough. It's enough, isn't it? It's enough. Attention, the embassy of Israel in the United Kingdom. Check out this exclusive video we're bringing you once again here on Estrategias Militares.
What you're going to see. Let's get to it.
Israeli embassy in the United Kingdom. Let me give you some background. Illegal immigrant Abdullah al-Badri, who was denied asylum in the United Kingdom, he decides to carry knives and trying to access the embassy of Israel in the United Kingdom. The armed police, they try to subdue the subject, who is wearing a Palestinian keffiyeh and sunglasses. There were already people watching it. And who was carrying two knives. Buscaba, he was seeking revenge for the death of children in Gaza. Spain. Kingdom of Spain. Lines. Lines of immigrants. To regularize their status in Spain. All men of military age. Most of them originally come from North African and Central African countries. Please don't misunderstand these words. I'm not racist in any way. I'm just analyzing the reality of what we're seeing. And the truth is, most of the people we see here are men of military age, regularizing their status in Spain, where public services are already operating beyond their limits.
This occurs in every municipality.
Spain's immigration centers, Spain's police stations, overwhelmed the immigration service
Because of what's happening.
Pedro Sánchez, the one responsible for all this. By the way, in Europe, they're considering the possibility of preventing or requiring a visa for Spaniards to enter other European Union countries. Europe is not willing to let millions of immigrants pass through Europe just because Sánchez wants to legalize them to win the elections. Pedro Sánchez.
We are in a rules-based international order on cooperation and legitimate institutions. But we also know that the multilateral system needs to be renewed urgently, and we must do it thoroughly. We know that it will only survive if it is reformed to reflect the reality of the world in the 21st century, as President Lula often says, by being more effective, more efficient, more transparent, more democratic, more inclusive, more representative, ultimately projecting the values that we stand for within this group. That's why we believe the time has come for the United Nations to be renewed, reformed, and why not? Of course, led by a woman. It's not just a matter of justice. It's also a matter of credibility. Credibility.
We believe in order. Now, they want to appoint a woman as director at the United Nations. Fantastic. Wonderful. Today, Pedro has organized a summit in Barcelona with leaders like Claudia Sheinbaum, Lula da Silva, and Gustavo Petro. All the leftists and communism. Here they are. All of them there in Barcelona. Putting on a show. The cream of the crop. As they say, Pedro Sánchez has brought the cream of the crop to Barcelona, Spain. Lula, Sheinbaum, Petro. These are the fellow travelers of the new Spain. The Spain that is going to lead the world. Terrible. Very terrible. Sánchez is already looking for the exit. Spain is heading to the United Nations. Sánchez wants to be the new president of the United Nations. If the immigrant strategy doesn't work out for him, you can see it, you can smell it. Winning the votes of the leftists and of the global embarrassment. Surrounded by dictators and narco-dictatorships. Is this the Spain you want to wake up to? Petro says, I meet with the president of Spain, Pedro Sánchez, to talk about the threats to the project of a global democracy and regarding key aspects of Spain-Colombia economic relations. Spain is already Colombia's second largest investor. The economic experience of progressive movements in Mexico, Brazil, Spain, and Colombia has placed our countries above the average global growth rate, a significant decrease in social inequality, and a substantial reduction in hunger and poverty. Petro claims there's no more hunger in Colombia. Sánchez Spain has no more problems. That's why we are going to grant legal status to more than 2 million. It's not 500,000. It's more than 2 million. And those who are yet to come with fake documents, claiming they were here before the deadline to get legal status. It's very easy to get, very easy to get. Super easy. But that's where things are happening right now. Let's see what the skies look like, folks. What the situation in the air is. We're back to the topic of Iran. Here, things in Cuba are going smoothly. We'll talk about that tonight, about the Cuba issue. It seems that someone at CETCOM has found out or has told Donald J. Trump that several ships have been attacked. At this moment, Mojo 19 is refueling in flight. Aircraft that are providing security for the Strait of Hormuz. But security from what? Against what? For what? That 2 boats from Iran have gone to attack an oil tanker? Where was the escort? Where was the security? Big fail today for the United States of America. Iran's embassy in Cuba. They laugh at Donald Trump. The fun is over now, buddy. Strait of Hormuz. The Iranian embassy in Cuba. Everything that was done in 40 days, now Tehran is like this. Images. Tehran right now. We have a problem, huh? We have a problem and one more problem. We didn't imagine it. Or the mission ends. Or this is going to be worse than what we already had. I'm being clear and transparent about this. You can see right there that I'm not doing propaganda for anyone, that this is winning, that Trump is making a great deal, that Trump... Or this is done the way it should have been done from the beginning. Or we're going to have a serious problem. Images of Iran. This is incredible what we're seeing. Women dressed like black ghosts with assault rifles. Grandmothers with assault rifles. This is the society they want to export to the West, that they want to bring to our neighborhoods. When people say the war ends, strategies end too, and you'll have nothing left to discuss. I'll tell you something. If the war ends as things are right now, as of today, we have the show guaranteed for life because all of this is going to keep flourishing and it's going to keep growing. Amen. I hope the war ends, but only if this regime falls. Amen. Baby seats. Carrying their children like brands, dairy products. What kind of society is this? What kind of world are we leaving our children, to our families, to our loved ones? Well, and wait for the last video. This video is the best. This video is the best. Cavalcade of Martyrs. The next generation of terrorists already showing off in Iran. Where is the United Nations? Where is the United Nations Children's Office? Where is the world? They are nowhere. Nowhere. Footage from Norway. Atención. Keep an eye on Norway. Europe. Or that's what they say. Tehran. Now, since they found out that the buses were being hunted, they put women in trucks. Or maybe they're men dressed as women in trucks. Either way, it's the same thing. Kanye was already doing it. He dressed as a woman to go to the protests and see firsthand what was happening there. This shouldn't surprise us. Family, share your thoughts in the chat right now. It's a situation that's completely beyond our understanding of what's happening. We don't really know where we want to go with all of this. But it's serious. We have breaking news. We have breaking news. This is the good thing about doing live shows. You find out what's happening in the moment without having to write a script, without anyone telling you what you have to say. Breaking news right now, family. Radio channel 16 in the Strait of Hormuz. All ships, listen up. Regarding the United States government's failure to uphold its commitment in the denial, Iran declares the Strait of Hormuz completely closed again. No vessel of any type or nationality is allowed to pass. Iran officially announces that the Strait of Hormuz is closed. We are live right now. And this is incredible. The price of oil futures, because Brent is closed, the 24 Trozas 7-1, it's at $86 right now. It was a while ago at $79. We're in business. This is huge. They said that 5 oil tankers had escaped, lurking outside Iran's easternmost port in the Gulf of Oman, that they were no longer visible in satellite images, but that they were being tracked by Arleigh-Burke-class destroyers of the United States Navy in the Arabian Sea. We shouldn't chase oil tankers. What we should do is blow up the military positions in the Strait of Hormuz and make it clear what this is all about. How is it possible that the most powerful army in the world is being ignored by a navy? The Navy. That doesn't exist. Iran is said to lack a navy, but they do have boats. There are still boats able to fire at ships.
Sepa Navy! Sepa Navy! Sepa Navy!
This is motoring Sanmar Herald. You gave me the second on your list.
Ocasión para ir. Now, let me go back.
Oh my goodness. 2 ships from India have been expelled from the Strait of Hormuz by the Sepa Navy, which is the Revolutionary Guard. There were shots fired. One of the ships is a VLCC supertanker flying the Indian flag, carrying 2 million barrels of Iraqi oil. Meanwhile, India continues to import Iranian oil. Increíble. The recording is unbelievably terrible. RPG and nobody responds. Iran doesn't respond. They attack directly, launch missiles, launch drones, machine guns, RPG grenades.
Para ir, Sepa Navy! Motorang Sanmar Herald! Sanmar Herald! Sepa Navy! You gave me the clearance! You gave me the clearance to go!
The man is kind of crying. Terrified and no surprise. And it's no wonder. We have a reaction from India. We have a reaction from India. Government of India. The ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iran in New Delhi was summoned by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to a meeting with the Foreign Secretary this afternoon. During the meeting, the Foreign Secretary conveyed India's deep concern over the shooting incident that occurred earlier today in the Strait of Hormuz, which involved 2, not 1 but 2, Indian flag vessels, and emphasized the importance that India places on the safety of merchant shipping and sailors. Yeah. And it recalled that Iran had previously facilitated the safe passage of several vessels bound for India. Reiterating his concern over the serious shooting incident involving merchant vessels, the Foreign Secretary urged the ambassador to convey India's views to the Iranian authorities and to resume as soon as possible the process of facilitating the passage of vessels bound for India through the strait. What do you think? What does the Estrategias Militares chat think? Super chat are open. Our super chats are open right now. It's really tremendous. I'm serious. What's happening right now is absolutely huge. And this isn't going to get better in any way. This isn't going to get better right now in any way. Realize that the people negotiating right now in Iran have nothing to do with the Revolutionary Guard. The Revolutionary Guard does its own thing. The photos that the United States released today, patrolling the Strait of Hormuz with helicopters, really upset them. I'm not going to say where. And now a whole lot of ships are going to pay for that tantrum. Could the United States stop this immediately? It could. Of course it could. How? B-52 bombers, Keynes Island, Larak Island. Eliminate enemy positions, eliminate the positions and track. The United States can track where Iran is sending those messages from. The United States can storm Carmo Island. It can do 1,500 things. They can do it. Now, whether it does so or not. Esto ya es otra cosa. It's a show of strength. Iran wanted to display its strength and has done so. President of South Africa. Do you know that in South Africa, white people are being persecuted? White people are being killed. All right? In South Africa. By the way, now we're going to tell you some news. There has been a kidnapping in Africa. But nobody has said anything. South Africa.
So today, we are happy and pleased that many other countries have realized that South Africans, by taking the state of Israel to the International Court of Justice, were not mad. They now see that real genocide is happening in Gaza as well as on the West Bank.
The president of South Africa says, we are happy that we are the country that has taken Israel to the International Court. Many other countries say, now they see that real genocide is happening in Gaza as well as in the West Bank. A real genocide is happening in Gaza and in the West Bank. That's what they're saying. All right? Bueno. Well, let's see how the genocide in Gaza is going today. By the way, this is wonderful. There are some accounts on Twitter that, since they don't know what to sell anymore, like, we're desperate, we don't know what to sell anymore, we don't know what to do, we don't know which way to go, we have no idea, this is crazy. Well, so, pay attention to this. They post the following news on Twitter. Today, for the first time in 10 months, I went to the coast of Gaza. This is Palestine in Spanish. People were there in their last refuge. Their only hope lies in this place. Everything left behind is destroyed. So look toward this beautiful sea. The last thing Israel couldn't destroy. Of course, they're having a terrible time there. Sudáfrica ha levado a la costa, has brought to the coast. Let's see what else they're experiencing on Gaza's coast. They're building boats to escape from Gaza, waiting for the flotilla. The flotilla was cancelled, by the way. There's no flotilla anymore. False alarm. Here we see them.
Let's zoom in a bit to see what bad shape they're in. They're swimming, some are praying, others are playing soccer. They're having a terrible time. There are people over there swimming, trying to escape from Gaza. The movie is called The Great Escape. 2026. They are in a helpless situation right now. Please, let Pedro Sánchez go save them. I don't know. This, every day that goes by, is unbelievable.
The war in Gaza isn't over. The war in Lebanon isn't over. The war with Iran isn't over. Can anyone explain what the hell is going on? Is there any kind of explanation for this whole story? Something that... Does Setcon have anything to say now? Has Arachi said anything? Let's check if Arachi has written something. Let's see if Arachi explains why the Hormuz Strait closed again. No, Arachi is... He's resting. He must be observing Shabbat. Surely. Arachi is observing Shabbat. That from the southern... It seems those in Southern Command are reacting differently. Things are happening over there.
United States Southern Command. Narco boat. These poor fishermen, according to Petro, with a narco submarine. Being assaulted. These are the same people who will liberate Cuba. No. Let's hope that's the case. No. The China. And pay attention, because tonight we're going to talk about something from China that has turned up. The China. Get ready for what's come out of China, because it's scary. It's really scary. Díaz-Canel in Cuba. Let's see what Díaz-Canel has to say about this issue with the Southern Command.
I don't know how many days Díaz-Canel has left.
Donald Trump knows it.
May 3rd at best. Before it gets too hot. Before it gets too hot, just in case he gets nervous. Díaz-Canel.
I can assure you that the people here are ready to fight. And if 32 Cuban fighters fell in Venezuela defending that country's president, imagine how many millions of Cubans, following that same example, would fight to save the revolution and defend Cuban soil.
Yes. Yes, they will all fight for you, Canel. They will all fight to save you. They will all save you. They will bring the oxen. They'll place the oxen at the presidential palace entrance where you sleep. They will put an army of oxen, cows, and goats there. They will all fight for you. They will start to bellow to defend you. Then the Delta Force will be afraid. They will feel fear. A horrible fear. They will shudder. Family, we're live right now. 20,000 people, only 9,000 likes. I don't mean to be annoying, but please, please. Let's leave likes. They don't cost anything. They're free. It's hard for me to understand that maybe there are only 9,000 people who like this content. And we have 10,000 people who don't like it, but they're here with us. It's hard for me to understand. It's hard for me. Do we know if Pope Leo has said anything about Cuba or commented on Venezuela before or said how the situation was over there, how everything was going? We don't know. Trump, a little while ago, let's see what Trump says. We're going with POTUS, President of the United States of America. Oh, no, this is the Pope. No, wait. Let's see what he says.
At the same time, there's been a certain narrative.
He sounds terrible. He sounds terrible. Let's leave Leo alone. We already have too much pressure. We already have too much pressure right now. Let's see what Donald Trump has to say.
Thank you. About their enforced regime change, but we're talking to them. They wanted to close up the strait again. You know, they said, let's see.
They wanted to close the strait again. No, they've closed it. No, they didn't want to. They've closed it.
We've been doing it for years, and they can't blackmail us.
He says they can't blackmail us.
Many ships are actually arriving in Texas, if you didn't know.
He says many ships are coming all the way to Texas now. To load oil, eh?
Tal vez sigan keep doing it.
He says maybe we'll keep doing it.
Worked out pretty good.
It's working pretty well, especially when someone grabs 700 million before the market price is about to drop, put 700 million into oil 10 minutes before the announcement comes out.
Actually, going along very well, and we'll see, but we'll have some information by the end of the day.
He says we'll have information by day's end. Yes, the information, Donald, is that they have attacked 2 Indian flagged ships, they have attacked cruise ships, and the Strait of Hormuz is closed. We'll send you the email if you want, right there to the Oval Office with all the details.
Into them.
Donald Trump also says that we have very interesting conversations with the Iranians. Very interesting, huh?
For yourself, and we'll be talking about Iran later. We have very good conversations.
We have very good conversations. With whom? With Arachi and Kalibaf.
It's working out very well.
It's working very well, yes.
They say it got a little cool, like I've been for 47 years. Nobody took them. We took them, it says.
Nobody had taken them out in 47 years, and we have taken them out.
Force. They don't have a Navy. They don't have an Air Force.
They don't have a Navy.
No.
They don't have an Air Force. They don't have leaders.
Actually, their leaders it is regime change.
He says, actually, that's regime change. Yes, for the worse.
For yourself, and we'll be talking about Iran later.
We have a regime change for the worse, Donald. A regime change much for the worse. They don't even have a Navy.
Oh, they don't have an Air Force. They don't have an Air Force. No Navy. You give me clearance. You give me clearance to go. Sepa Navy. This is Motoringa San Marhadal. You gave me clearance to go. My name is second on your list. You gave me clearance to go. You are fighting now. Let me turn back.
You're shooting at me, but I'm dropping it, Navy. And the 2 boats approached the oil tanker and fired at it. And things have exploded near the cruise ships. Thank you. Obviously, the cruise ships have no civilians on board. this should be said, but there's no need for drama. The cruise ships, cruise ships, have no one on board, or at least they shouldn't. I don't think anyone would have put a civilian on board to cross the Strait of Hormuz. Maybe someone likes war tourism and wants to take a stroll over there to see how bombs fall next to the ship. They are repositioning, taking their ships out, because this is costing the shipping companies a fortune, since they can't fulfill the cruise contracts they have during what is currently peak cruise season. See you later. It's clear that something is wrong here. Thank you. There's something here that's not right. That's not right. Let's check for updates on other incidents. At the moment, that's the incident we have. 2 incidents, one with the cruise ships, another with 2 attacks on 2 vessels. So the Strait of Hormuz has been closed again. They claim to have regained military control. We have footage. There are images of this, I don't know, probably archive footage. I don't think they're related to this incident. I don't think these images are related to this incident, but it's more or less the type of boat. I don't know if an MQ Predator drone can fire a Hellfire at this 2-engine boat. I don't know. I think so. I think it can be done. That would make sense, but oh well, yeah. Gracias. Maybe it's not happening because they don't want to escalate or be the first to act. I don't know. Thanks. Cierra. Yesterday Iran said the strait was open, today it's closed, tomorrow open again, then closed. And see what the President of the United Kingdom and Macron say here. The man who challenged his wife. Macron. The President of New France.
Thank you, Emmanuel.
With the one from the United. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they have to say.
Well, we just had a very productive...
We had a very productive meeting.
Bringing together 49...
Países. We have brought together 49 countries. With a very simple message. Sorry. We're blocking Keir Starmer, President of the United Kingdom, here. And with a proposition.
The Strait of Hormuz in abierte.
The world needs the Strait of Hormuz to be completely open. This was yesterday, Friday the 17th. Because that's how we can keep prices low.
Damage. Obama.
And we can stop global economic damage.
So we've all agreed there was real...
So we've all agreed. I don't want to get into the debate again about whether agreed means to agree. Or we're okay with it, I don't know. Translate it however you want. Everyone has said yes.
Queremos Widdles had. We want to see a return to talks and a lasting agreement.
We want to return to what I think are talks. In this specific case, we could translate it as negotiations and agreements.
Is yours.
Including the reopening of the strait.
We welcome the announcement that was made during our meeting.
It says, we welcome the announcement we made at the beginning of our speech, our meeting. That refers to the opening of the Strait of Hormuz. No, well, now it's being closed.
Bla essential.
We hope it will last a long time and that will be a proposal that works. Yes, it has lasted 7 hours.
Reinforces the need for the work that we've been doing this afternoon, because we're very clear that The mission that we're putting together is a defensive.
He says, we are sure that the mission we, the 49 countries, have put together is a defensive mission.
Después de un descanso, and that it comes after a break.
And that it comes after a ceasefire. Well, now the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Are you going to send the ships or not? Or will you wait for it to reopen before sending the ships? Open an already open strait, it's not clear here how we should proceed. Do you go when it's necessary or when it's not necessary?
Last June.
He says, this is what we've done in the international group together.
To show how we're going to play our part.
How are we going to play our part?
There are a number of elements.
First,
to deliver the diplomatic push for peace.
To push the diplomatic path for peace.
Sám opatření se bail fundament protege.
On the basis that the strait must be opened immediately.
No tolls and no restrictions.
Yes, without tolls and without restrictions.
28 points. Hollian Mind Hinian Luitho, or all of that is going to succeed. The differences that countries, which was during the last one.
He also says with other countries that have met with us this afternoon.
Maybe because everyone needs to see a solution here.
Because the whole world needs to see a solution to this.
Tone.
She says, second.
We need to manage the economic shock.
We have to manage the economic impact.
Tightening, ensuring support for energy and food security.
To support the issue of energy and food, which are being impacted by what's happening.
And supporting industry so that.
And support the industry.
Commercial.
Signed. A crucial third point.
We agreed to accelerate our military planning.
We have agreed to accelerate our military plans. Okay, it's closed. You can go now. You're not going. Okay. I can confirm that
France,
que junto con Francia,
the UK will lead.
The United Kingdom is going to lead
a multinational mission.
A multinational mission. Freedom of navigation.
As soon as conditions allow.
El 30, as for the conditions if they allow it. That is the year 2030, the 30. Surely.
This will be strictly.
It will be completely peaceful. Defensive.
To reassure.
And a mission to make sure that trade, maritime.
Support mine clearance.
Support mine clearance.
We invite all nations.
We invite all nations. Pedro Sánchez will surely join soon. Very well. On top of that, desperate for someone else to show up.
Some have already indicated.
Maybe some have indicated. They are ready to contribute.
We will take this forward.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Congratulations. Congratulations, United Kingdom. Good decision. France, good decision. In 2030, the first ship will arrive to clear mines in the Strait of Hormuz. No comments. So there's nothing to comment on here. We already know how things are. That's it. I want to explain something to you. It's not that I'm bipolar. There are times when I don't like Donald Trump and I criticize him. There are times when I like Donald Trump and I criticize him. Or I don't criticize him, or I adore him, or I applaud him. It's not that. I'm someone who judges things as they unfold. Event by event, that is incident by incident, or resolution by resolution. The same way I thought it was right, the resolution to start a military operation on February 28th. Adios. It has lasted 40 days so far, because I know what's going to happen here. Goodbye. I can't applaud what just happened. I can't applaud either that the countries involved in Europe's economy haven't moved a single ship to try to provide security to the poor captain of an Indian oil tanker that was bombed this morning. It's inconceivable. It's inconceivable that when they call a ceasefire and Donald Trump says this war is over, You say you lead and command now a huge armada, a fleet from 49 countries to open the Strait of Hormuz. You only like him when he's on Bibi's agenda. No. It's not. I'm going to show some comments. I find this interesting. Let's open a debate with you all. No. No. That's not how. I've always said, Carlos, I don't know if you've been on the channel for long or not, Donald Trump is president of the United States. It just so happens that in this mission, in this chapter of human history, there is a country called Iran that wants to destroy Israel and the United States. So, Bibi's agenda is that Israel is not destroyed. It can align with the United States agenda, which is to make sure the United States isn't destroyed. Because some guys who have enough for 10 nuclear weapons and could mount them on intercontinental missiles in a few months. Miami, what do you want me to say? If they have them, maybe in cities like Washington, New York, Los Angeles, Miami. Maybe the American people won't be too pleased. Just like the Israeli people wouldn't be too pleased either. So Bibi's agenda and Donald Trump's agenda go hand in hand there. It's obvious and well known that Donald Trump does business with Israel's historic enemies. Qatar, for example, just to give you a quick example. And that doesn't go along with Bibi's agenda. But I, for example, understand President Donald Trump leads the United States, not Israel, and must work with the Saudis, Emiratis, Qataris, and others. Whoever is there, in trouble involved. So no. I only don't like him when he's following Bibi's agenda. Israel needs to have its own agenda. The United States needs to have its own agenda. When their positions align, they should collaborate. When they don't, each should act independently. That's what Israel needs, independence. So, I don't see Iran off the US coast. Well, maybe you can see it. On the coast of Cuba, 160 kilometers from the United States. Maybe drones will start coming from Cuba towards the Keys. It was found that Maduro was going to buy ballistic missiles from Iran and that they managed to cancel the deal in a CIA operation. For example, there isn't. The risk is there. No. Let's see. No. Super chat. What do we have here? Aldo, thank you very much. Welcome, Aldo. Anita, 20 memberships. Thank you so much, Anita, for all the support you give every day. Lou, thanks for your work. Greetings from Uruguay. Spartan. Thank you very much, Spartan. Greetings from Texas. It's a shame the US lets Iran do as it pleases in the Strait. Thank you, Rodel. When will they realize you can negotiate with Spain's government? Trusting that criminal state is like trusting a scorpion. It'll strike eventually, Lorenzo. I think they're stalling until the aircraft carrier arrives and everything's ready. That's it, huh? I want to believe that's it. Marifal, that's a joke of a negotiation. Nobody believes it. That hurts. I can't tell if Trump is being careless or has lost control. Dev, thank you very much. Israeli HMS. The socialists want to force Michelle Bachelet on the UN. She's heading to the UN. The UN, just like she governed in Chile, is an end for the UN. Be careful this, okay. Mika Lucy, thank you very much. Thank you, Mika. Welcome. Hi, Olga. Jesse Trump, stop stalling and end this. Mauricio, why doesn't Donald Trump use Israel's strategy? Instead, he forces it to stop the war. This will end when Israel is self-sufficient. 100% Julia. Welcome, Sergio. Prophet Jeremiah, without leftist executioners of nations, our God wouldn't grant us victories. Jehovah of hosts, the great victor, amen. Who rules in Iran? Sorab asks. I think it's whoever has the missile keys. 1972 Leka. Islam is gradually taking over the world and no one can realize it. When they open their eyes, we'll be up to our necks and there won't be much we can do to free ourselves, possibly. Ibis Mejias, thank you very much. Aleida Mejia, 7,843, freedom for our Cuban brothers. Nayel Yarce, hello, estrategias. Let them take advantage of the summit in Spain and go save Gaza, Sanchez, Simbao, Petro, etc. Can they send the ships? Thank you. There, open the Strait of Hormuz. Why isn't there an Hormuz flotilla to open the strait? Adios. Minos Kerada. The same thing happening since it no longer goes viral. Goodbye. Minos, in our case, in Estrategia Militares. Thank you. We were, I'm not going to say the first because that sounds too arrogant. We were one of the channels that said they have taken Maduro away, but they're not going to put Maria Corina, who, by the way, is in Madrid today, basking in the adulation of the crowd. There's a show set up there in Puerta del Sol. Maria Corina is moving closer to those on the right. That's fine. I think it's good. It's a good move. That's very good, but it's too late. Regime change. No, I'll use the example I mentioned before. Trump is the president of the United States of America. Look at the interest. Trump wanted to reduce the regime's aggression against the Venezuelans. That's clearly what happened. It's a regime that's a little less aggressive now because it has to take much more care of its image with the United States. But it's still a dictatorship. They're still guilty of crimes against humanity. And no, there's no regime change. There's no regime change. Though they may have discussed regime change elsewhere, other people might have said it. We lost a lot of views and people because we said exactly what was happening right now. People kept saying, relax, Donald Trump has a plan. No, his plan is just to keep the oil. He'll leave someone to stabilize the country unless civil war breaks out. That's why the opposition may now be taking to the streets to protest and stir things up. To make a bit of noise, to test the waters and see how the situation is and how they can provoke the fall of the regime, which I don't think is a bad thing either. It should have happened from the very first day they said that Delcy Rodriguez would stay in power. But no, in my case, for example, I've just started now with the Cuba issue, and we're going to continue with the Venezuela issue. The thing is, I can't follow 3 conflicts at the same time. It's impossible. I don't have editors. I don't have 3, 4, or 5 people writing here and passing on the information. We have to do everything ourselves. Besides, we do live shows. We don't make videos, so this program is live. Right now, just so people are clear, this isn't recorded. There's no trick here, none at all. Right now, it's 6:53 in Spain, almost 7. It's challenging, but it's true. And I stand by this. The situation in Venezuela is very complex, very difficult, and it needs to be followed closely. It needs to be followed closely. The work we've done at Estrategia Militares since day one, when Operation Lanza del Sur began, but it has not been, para mí, muy del. I know people value it. For me, very much so. Maps, operations, videos, geolocations, study of Venezuela's capabilities, investigation, traffickers, camps, traffickers, runways. I think we've created material that will go down in history, and it's there. Anyone who wants to know a bit about how things are in Venezuela should go back a few months and look at all the work from Estrategia Militares. It's also true that people have gotten tired of the issue in Venezuela right now. There have been many weeks of pressure, similar to the situation with Iran. People are already getting tired of this issue with Iran. They see that there is no progress. They see that there are no clear objectives because there are no clear objectives. And disappointment spreads among people, and that's normal. Gracias. I am someone who is also a consumer, and thank you. As an inhabitant of this planet, I get tired of the situation where there are some guys with ballistic missiles firing cluster munitions at cities. It's normal. But well, here we are. Thank you, Minos, for your super chat and your contribution, which I know comes with a lot of affection. Gabriel, greetings. You do a great job. Thanks, Gabriel, for recognizing foreign measurements. Countries have their own agendas and interests that often conflict with their closest allies. 100% Ricardo, what's happening is that the price of gasoline, products, and food is going up in Europe because nobody is talking about the Strait of Hormuz. What do we want an army for? It's a kind of war that's been declared on us. The United States made money, sold oil from its reserves. When the price was at its highest, they're just bluffing 100%. There has been a deal. Donald Trump finished off the Air Force and Navy. Now it's up to Israel to deal with the Iranian regime. No. This operation began with the United States and Israel. It must end with both together. Never start something you can't finish. I believe that rule applies to everything in life. Israel by itself, as of today, does not have the capacity to bring down the Iranian regime. Doesn't have. It needs munitions from the United States. It needs air defense support from the United States and a series of other intelligence-related factors that we are not going to mention here. So, no. It needs the United States. The United States also has to put an end to this. Thank you, Estrategia, for your work and commitment to truth. Shalom. Thank you very much. Nestor. As long as the Iranian regime persists, the fatwa against Trump's life and the United States persists. Correct. Very good comments, eh? Very, very good comments. All right, now I want to calm people down. Now I want to bring up the following. Donald Trump, I think what he's doing is calming the markets so that we don't spend 2 weeks waiting for the aircraft carrier and the Marine Battle Group to arrive while prices go through the roof. I think he wants to ease the tension a bit before saying, we tried to make a deal with them. They didn't cooperate, so we take them down. I think that's what this is about. He's buying time. Iran is also buying time. There's no doubt about it. So, stay calm. Trump isn't stupid. Trump isn't stupid. He has a team of top-notch advisors. What we're discovering here, that you can negotiate with Iran, they already know. I think they're just buying time. In the first phase, I think the United States probably thought it could crush Iran after the fall of the Ayatollah. It wasn't a completely wrong prediction. Iran isn't the same. It hit them hard when their Ayatollah was taken out. But now, the circumstances and what has happened are completely different. It's an Iran whose leaders are spread across the country, Ayatollahs, each giving a different order depending on the province they're in. They can't coordinate. The political establishment, military, and Revolutionary Guard lack coordination since the Revolutionary Guard acts independently from the army. They're not part of it. They're not a direct part of the army. The Revolutionary Guard does its own thing. The army and the Revolutionary Guard are separate. Currently, they have no coordination, which led some people with a boat attack and shoot at an oil tanker. Or that another guy fired a rocket at a ship. Maybe neither Aratzi nor Peskian even found out this morning about what was happening. Or maybe they did, or maybe they gave the order. We can't know. These are things we can't know. Because it's precisely the regime's lack of transparency that causes what's happening.
But what can we expect in the next few hours? Well, pay attention. something must be happening with the cruise ships. Because one of them, or maybe all three of them, have turned off the AIS's identification system. They've gone into ghost mode. Something must be happening here. Let's refresh again to see what the situation is. Notice that Huda was waiting to cross and she turned around. There is no ship at this moment heading in from the Persian Gulf to cross the Strait of Hormuz. There isn't any. What would the normal conditions be if there were a military operation right now and things got serious?
The United States and Israel would have blown up the port of Bandar Abbas, the cargo terminal, and the next thing. In other words, there are plenty of targets to hurt Iran. If they're not doing it, it's because they don't want to, not because they can't. The United States can do it. It's easier. Something else caught my attention earlier when we were around here. Here it is. I want to show you something. Second, let's see if we can get the image, because I also think we need to evaluate another situation we have. If the United States were to start opening fire on those ships and boats right now, Iran would close the strait down here by the Red Sea. Notice how this P-8 aircraft that took off from Djibouti is a naval warplane. It's carrying out a mission in that area. They might be preparing for the arrival of the aircraft carrier, which, by the way, there are reports that Gerald Ford could be in the Red Sea. It's not confirmed, but it's believed to be around there. But now the combination could be a different one. The area. Leave some destroyers in the eastern Mediterranean off the coast of Israel to provide air defense. Move the Gerald Ford to the Red Sea area to provide cover against the Houthis. In fact, notice how there's a refueling plane here, which probably means there are fighter jets as well. The Gerald Ford is in this area of the Red Sea, in this area we're looking at here, and then place the other aircraft carrier next to the Lincoln, or south of Oman in this area to also have range and overwhelming firepower. Would that be enough to launch a devastating final attack on Iran? Yes. And I think that combination would be the most logical. I think what we're seeing here is tanker planes leaving from Israel to refuel a bunch of aircraft. It's because more and more planes are arriving right now. See how they're being dragged? They're dragging some of them. Notice how special forces planes are also arriving. A lot of planes are arriving, and even more are being taken away. Look here, the tankers. This has all unfolded in the last few hours. Iran is well aware that the United States is stalling for time until the aircraft carrier and battle group arrive. And they want, well, to draw a little more attention and make it as complicated as possible. Is it possible for Iran to avoid being hit hard in this scenario? No, it's unavoidable. But they're going to try to do as much damage as possible to the world economy, given their current military capabilities. By the way, let's see if this C-5 Galaxy plane lands in Spain or not. Because they're coming from the operations area. This could indicate that maybe Donald Trump doesn't care if Spain says it's closing its airspace to planes that are operating in the Persian Gulf area.
Well, it looks like it's going to land.
That's right. It's going to land in... Let's watch it. It could possibly be Moron. No, it's going to be in Rota. It's going to land in Rota. 2,000 meters. It's too low, although it's overshooting. It's turning now. No, it's already cut off there. No, it's turning. Look, yes, it's going to Rota. It's going to land here. Well, look, this is also striking, isn't it? Those are all the noteworthy points. Donald Trump doesn't care what Spain says anymore. He keeps landing planes if he wants to, or if he feels like it. That plane, maybe that particular plane is coming from Djibouti. Look here, a Galaxy is arriving, which is probably carrying anti-aircraft munitions, Saudi Arabia. It's also bringing fighter jets to the area to carry out air patrols. We're right now in the same scenario as before February 28th. Supplies are arriving, being stockpiled, and restocked for another 4 weeks. Another 4 weeks in which the United States is going to launch a massive attack against what's left of Iran. If he doesn't sign. Now, if Iran comes, he says, yes, we're signing. We agree that we're going to sign and that we're going to give you the uranium and that we're going to give you everything. And there's no problem. Look, here they're doing a supply run, a flight, so there are aircraft there. Therefore, aircraft are present. The thing is, of course, the Iranians have attacked in this area using boats. Last night, we saw where that oil tanker was, which was in this area. The Indian oil tanker was in this area, about to pass, and was second in line. And they attacked it. The THEADCOM helicopters that were escorting the ships were in this area here. In the area of the islands, around here in this area. It's far on the other side. That also needs to be said. We have to be honest about that. But if the situation right now, well, no. It's not enough, is it? It's not enough to do what it needs to do. The United States has now, it seems they gotten angry. And look, there are 3 tankers in the area of operations. It seems they've gotten a bit angry. It's nighttime now. And they've sent the Air Force to patrol a bit, trying to prevent Iran from going too far. But for now, they are going too far. And they're really going too far. With everything too. I'm not sure what everyone thinks. There are 22,000 of us here. It's a topic complex. It's definitely complex. It's not easy. While we're criticizing Donald Trump, we should also consider what's happening on the other side. Today is Saturday as well. There are fewer news posts. There's less information. But it keeps going. It's still happening, by the way. Video from Lebanon after the ceasefire. We have video from Lebanon. Whether it's still being destroyed or not, he listened to Donald Trump to the letter. What do you guys think? Come on, let's see those comments, family.
$50 memberships right now from R. Duran. Thank you so much for those 50 memberships. Thank you, Estrategia, for everything. Regarding Venezuela, now they even miss Maduro. The LC is an even worse tyrant. There are more power cuts and everything is worse. Hacks from nearby. I feel like Trump is waiting for Iran to attack first, to gain more international support, as well as to calm the market and rearm. I don't think the fleet meant to open the Strait of Hormuz will arrive. And it's not going to get anywhere. Not in any way. It's not going to arrive. Israel is the people of God. And who is against them? God bless the Jewish people. Check the military air traffic in the Middle East. We just did, in plain white. We just did. Thank you. Strategia is always first with information and updates. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Quiero poner todos los superchats que luego dicen que no lo ponemos. It's complicated, huh? Patience. You have to be patient. Let's take a quick look. Situación en Lebanon. Ooh. Really tough. Mega explosion. I want to show you something.
What we're seeing here. What we are seeing right now, this would be the depth map of the sea in the Strait of Hormuz. Notice that where they're trying to take the ships is one of the most dangerous routes, where it allows them to control the ships passing through, and they have to go at low speed because it's not very deep. However, the good area, the one that goes almost through the middle of the Strait of Hormuz, is the one where they say they have placed mines. But even so, today 3 cruisers have crossed through that area, the area closest to Oman. Let's take a look. Es la zona. This area we're highlighting with the cursor is the area. It's the most suitable area to cross. Iran is sending them here, between 2 islands, Kens and Larak. They're sending them so they can't escape the blockade. There. Family, thank you very much for joining us live. We will have more news in a little while. We'll be right back. Please share this important live broadcast and join us next time here on Estrategia Militares. Best regards.